Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Entomovision. Today we discuss first chapter of Introduction to Entomology, in which we define entomology and insect. What is entomology? Is the branch of zoology which deals with the study of insect. Basically, entomon is a Greek word, which means insects, and logos means study. So, study of insects is called entomology. The person which study the insects, or entomology, is known as entomologist. Now we define the insects. Insect is a tracheal arthropod, having 3 distinct body regions. Head, which contains mouth parts, antennae, and compound eyes. Thorax contains 3 pairs of legs and 2 pair of wings, while abdomen contains reproductive system, means male or female genitalia. Here is a AK grasshopper model insect. Let's start from where insects can be found in almost every environment on Earth, from the freezing tundra to the hottest deserts, and from the highest mountains to the deepest oceans. They inhabit a wide range of habitats, including forests. Trees, leaves, and forest floors are home to many insect species. Grasslands. Grasslands, savannas, and prairies are inhabited by insects like grasshoppers, crickets, and butterflies. Deserts. Insects like ants, beetles, and flies have adapted to life in arid desert environments. Freshwater ecosystems. Rivers, lakes, and ponds are home to aquatic insects like dragonflies, damselflies, and water striders. Wetlands. Marshes, swamps, and bogs are inhabited by insects like mosquitoes, midges, and caddisflies. Backyards and gardens. Many insects like bees, butterflies, and ants can be found in residential areas. Soil and underground. Insects like ants, beetles, and ground beetles live in soil and underground burrows. Caves and underground environments. Some insects, like cave crickets and blind beetles, have adapted to life in dark, underground environments. Mountains and high-altitude environments. Insects like butterflies, moths, and beetles can be found in mountainous regions. Oceans and coastal areas. Some insects, like sea skaters and ocean striders, live on the surface of the ocean or in coastal areas. Insects can be found in almost every corner of the globe, and their diversity is staggering. Now we discuss timing of insects collection. Before this, we understand these terminology. Diurnal insects. Diurnal insects are those insects which active during daytime, for example, butterfly and honeybees. Nocturnal insects. Nocturnal insects are those insects which active during nighttime, for example, crickets, moths, etc. Crepuscular insects. Crepuscular insects are those insects which active during dawn and dusk time. Dawn and dusk means early in the morning and evening. So, diurnal insects collected during daytime, nocturnal insects collected during night, and crepuscular insects will be collected early in the morning and evening. Now we discuss how insects collection carried out. Mostly 2 types of insects: collection, active collection, and passive collection. Active collection performed through these devices, netting. Insect netting is a popular method for collecting and studying insects. Types of insect nets. Butterfly net, a large, shallow net used to catch butterflies and other flying insects. Aerial net, a long-handled net used to catch flying insects like dragonflies and damselflies. Sweep net, a smaller, more maneuverable net used to catch insects in vegetation. Netting techniques. Sweeping, moving the net in a wide arc to catch insects in flight or in vegetation. Dipping, dipping the net into a container or body of water to catch aquatic insects. The beating tray method is a technique used for collecting insects, particularly those that live on plants or in vegetation. Place the beating tray under the vegetation or plant where you want to collect insects. Use the stick or branch to gently beat the vegetation, dislodging insects onto the tray. In hand picking, we manually pick the insects by hand. Insect collection through an aspirator is a method used to collect small insects, such as flies, beetles, and ants. Aspirator, a device consisting of a tube or container with a mouthpiece and a collecting chamber. Carefully approach the insect you want to collect. Hold the aspirator close to the insect and create suction by inhaling through the mouthpiece. The insect will be drawn into the collecting chamber of the aspirator. A pitfall trap is a type of trap used to capture and collect insects, particularly ground-dwelling species, in which a container, such as a plastic cup or jar, is buried in the ground with its rim level with the surface. A light trap uses a light source to attract insects, which are then collected in a container. It's often used to capture nocturnal insects, such as moths and beetles, that are drawn to light. A sticky trap uses a sticky surface to capture insects, often coated with a sweet-smelling bait to attract them. It's a simple and effective way to collect insects, especially flying ones like flies and bees. A pheromone trap uses synthetic pheromones to attract specific insect species, mimicking their natural mating or aggregation cues. It's a targeted method for collecting insects, often used for monitoring or controlling pest populations. The purpose of insect collection varies depending on the field of interest: scientific, educational, agricultural, or personal. Here's a breakdown: scientific research, taxonomy, and classification. Identifying a EDCA and describing new species. Biodiversity studies, assessing insect diversity in ecosystems. Ecological studies, understanding food chains, pollination, and predator-prey relationships. Population monitoring, studying seasonal or long-term population changes. Agricultural and pest management, pest identification, detecting harmful species affecting crops. Natural enemies, collecting predators or parasitoids for biological control. Integrated pest management, IPM, monitoring pest thresholds for timely control.
Insect preservation is crucial for scientific study, education, or even just for collecting. The method you choose depends on the type of insect, what you want to do with it, and how long you want to keep it preserved. Here are the most common insect preservation methods. Dry preservation. Used for hard-bodied insects, such as beetles, butterflies, moths, wasps, and dragonflies. Kill the insect humanely, usually with a killing jar containing ethyl acetate or freezing. Soften if needed by rehydrating in a relaxing chamber if the insect is stiff. Mount on an insect pin through the thorax or with paper points for tiny insects. Spread wings, especially for butterflies and moths, using a spreading board. Label with collection data. Store in a display or collection box with mothballs or silica gel to prevent mold and pests. Wet preservation. Used for soft-bodied insects such as larvae, termites, aphids, and spiders. Place the insect directly in ethanol or isopropyl alcohol. Store in a tightly sealed vial or jar, labeled with collection data. Keep away from sunlight and heat. Freezing. Used for temporary storage before processing or preserving DNA. Place insects in a sealed container. Freeze immediately. Thaw before further processing, such as spinning or alcohol. Slide mounting. Used for very small insects, such as mites, lice, and thrips. Clear the insect using a chemical like potassium hydroxide or KOH. Mount in a medium like Canada balsam or Hoyas medium. Seal with a cover slip and label. View and store under a microscope. Resin embedding. Used for decorative or display purposes. Dry the insect completely. Embed in clear epoxy or polyester resin. Cure according to resin instructions. Common instructions for all methods. Always label with species, if known, location, date, and collector's name. Store in a cool, dry place. Use pest deterrents like naphthalene or paradichlorobenzene in storage box.